Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We've got a new Star Citizen Alpha 4.2.1 patch. It's actually wave 3 now, and it kind of looks like it's going to be the last patch before this opens up to all waves, in my opinion, before the weekend. But I also want to talk about one of the big changes here in this patch that's going to make a load of players very happy. No more random gacha Wicklow rewards. You now get to choose what you want and to aim for it. Let's jump into this Alpha 4.2.1 PTU patch notes with the Wicklow recipe updates. No more random rewards. All collector rewards will become deterministic, meaning you will know what you are going to get when accepting a mission. We've defined and split ingredients for missions into 3 distinct categories. Core items, items that are guaranteed with a specific mission or content or whatever. Example, Karenite with Align and Mine. Rare content items, items that have a very low spawn rate per run with specific content. So pure Karenite, for example, from Align and Mine again. Content items, items that spawn associated with specific content but are not guaranteed. If you look, you'll likely find them. This is things like Ace Interceptor helmets for ship battles, which you can get by, jumping out of your ship and going to an Ace ship that you've taken out and then looting the body there. Also, all recipes, all of the collector mission recipes have been rebalanced, redone, and in a lot of cases more appropriate to the ship that you're getting for that. Also, CIG made a post on Spectrum going into more details of the incoming Wicklow changes. Separate contract tabs in Mobilglass. Until we implement the ability to offer missions from a specific location, we're going to split Wicklow missions out into 2 major categories based on the rewards they provide. There's Wicklow vehicles, which is going to be things like the ATLS, ground vehicles, spaceships, and then Wicklow other items, which is going to be armor, weapons, and pretty much everything else. They're also working on other ways to improve the Wicklow experience, not for 4.2.1 but in future updates, including the ability to submit multiple items in a singular container, i.e. put all my items in a 1 SU box for delivery. They also want to make sure that Wicklow missions are split between global Mobilglass contracts and on-site contracts that you can pick up when you're there. The banners in the Emporium there will serve as your physical contract acceptance points. Wicklow has 3 locations across Stanton. Their goal is to let you submit any mission you pick at any of these spots, including turning in some items at one location and the rest at another. And instead of having a separate contract for each favor, they want to have one contract that basically says you can submit X of this or X of that or whatever. It will go over all the things that you can do to get a favor, and you can do any of those in a nice little compact contract. They said they're going to continue to tweak things until they feel right, and they're looking forward to feedback. This is an absolutely fantastic change and sort of set of future changes that CIG have got planned. I did want to say a couple of things about Wicklow as well. I think it's great that you get something more explicit here. You go, I want this thing, I want to work towards this ship. A lot of people have been complaining that you just get a random gacha, and yeah, I don't think that's in the spirit of completing recipes. I do wonder if Wicklow will sell blueprints in the future. It probably will, but will it be most of the stuff that he sells will be blueprints for all this sort of stuff? Because this is supposed to be like the first little taste of crafting ideas from CIG, but it's also possible that they want him to be a quirky vendor and mission giver, and there's going to be loads of ways of getting items, not just blueprints. So this is like one of the ways of crafting and recipes, kind of. I think one of the issues players had with Wicklow as well was that some of his rewards are only obtainable via him, and if you then also add that gacha mechanic and it being random, that was a bit annoying. But once we have more ways and better ways of crafting, player-to-player trading, different ways of getting this stuff, I think everything will just be better. And then maybe a more random reward system, at least in part, of some of his stuff, it might be cool, because he might be like, do this thing and you can have whatever is in the warehouse. And I'm sort of fine with that, as long as there's ways of getting the other stuff that I want, even if it's a more complex or harder chain. I did see a lot of the rewards at the moment require lots of contested zone items, but obviously the reward stuff might change quite a lot before live, and what's needed to craft and that sort of stuff. And you'll be able to get these off players as well, just asking for them, buying them off them. Though I do want an enforced contract system that allows you to buy and sell, and definitely get the thing that you've bought after you give them the money. There's more going on with this Alpha 4.2.1 PTU patch. There's been a green zone security reactivation. So green zone security around Stanton space stations have been reactivated in 4.2.1. This includes a complete rebalance of security forces with escalating response to accumulated crime rates in the area. I've not actually seen this working yet, but the idea is to have, I believe eventually, specific security responses based on the area and station that you're in that escalate, and you'll have things like maybe eventually Idrises and Javelins turn up, but it's to make sure that people can't spawn camp those areas so well and that sort of thing as well. But also give the appropriate security feel in an area, especially when you're going to have all of these corporations vying and fighting over resources as part of that new event in 4.2.1. They've made further tweaks and improvements to refining, to resource gathering missions, and corporation branding polish. FPS mining beam brightness has been slightly reduced. They've added chances of small amounts of pure Karenite to turn up when FPS mining in the Hathor site caves. Two-handed carryballs are now thrown with a player takedown instead of dropped, so they're trying to make these carryables thrown in situations where you sort of jump or fall over or whatever, just so that they don't fall through the ground, as far as I'm aware. Something else that's going to make a lot of people happy: executive ship component loadouts have been reverted to previous higher tier versions, so they should have the military components or high grade components that people kind of wanted a lot of those ships for. They've reduced the incorrectly set Idris turret health. They've still got a lot of health, but they haven't got like 500,000 health or something that's ridiculous they had before. They've updated the base Valkyrie to have their new doors and door panels that the Asgard has. The Volt Pistol is now lootable in-game and in Arena Commander, and they've also added its ammo to the shops. The 5 qualities of Valakar Pearls are now separated into obvious categories so you can identify their quality. And you can expect probably a new patch opening to all waves later today, I would expect. Potentially even by the time you see this. At least I think that is CIG's plan, and we'll soon know. Boom! That's it for your updates today. Really happy with what they've done with Wicklow. Zin is very angry at the term recipes for Wicklows missions, but much happier with the deterministic rewards, because random rewards bad in this situation anyway. But that's just what we think. You can tell us what you think in the comments below. If you're like, no, there's a place for random rewards like this and I liked them, or no, glad that I can actually choose what I want. That said, some of the items you need for these seem harder to get than others, and sometimes it's like loads of ace helmets and stuff that you need for something that seems pretty simple. Some of the silly FPS items seem very expensive, but maybe they are sort of brag items. Maybe they are supposed to be elite things that you go, look at my cool thing. Something else that's a cool thing, Tobii Eye Tracker, they're on sale at the moment. Oh, maybe you should go to the links down below, get yourself some really cool natively supported head and eye tracking for Star Citizen. It also works for a load of other games as well. Something else that just works for you is NordVPN. Oh, again, links down below. Maybe you want to get yourself a good VPN. Then there's NordVPN. Oh, I use it. You'll love it too. Big discounts, but click all the links below. Well, if you want the things. Every month, we give away a Star Citizen ship and game package. We're giving away an Anvil Asgard this month, as well as a Tumbril Nova to go in it. This new heavy dropship's going to be great for getting your Nova tank to the ground. Just comment on any of our videos made during June to be in for a chance of winning. A random comment from June from a random video from June is chosen to be the winner for that. That ship package was given to us by CIG. Thank you very much for that. And if you would like to further support the channel, you can become a patron member, you can use the join button under my videos, you can use any of the affiliate links below my videos as well. Channel members that have used that join button and Patreon members get the same rewards. I really do appreciate people that have gone the extra mile, but you can also just like, share, subscribe, comment on these videos. It does really help. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great June. Please check out the rest of the videos on the channel as well.